Hey there. How would you like to learn to cleanse and rejuvenate your body or strengthen your immunity and reach your ideal body weight with an empowering form of movement, or might be known as somatic movement as well, something you can do at home? Today, I want to introduce you to something called Zang Fu Gong, which is a powerful form of Qi Gong that is of higher consciousness, with the energy and ability to help you heal and become radiantly healthy again. And I'm also here to kind of lead you into more on the topic and share with you a free online event that's called Qi Gong to Cleanse Your Organs for Better Health and Energy Flow, where you're going to receive 2 Zang Fu Gong practices to bring healing energy to your liver and your lungs, which is presented by a world-renowned Qigong master, Daisy Lee. And I'll share more about Daisy Lee later in today's episode. But before I dive into today's topic, my name is Liz Gracia. I'm your happy host here at highvibetriberadio.com on the podcast and highvibetribetv.com on our YouTube channel. I'm also the founder of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network.com, where I'm on a mission to raise your level of consciousness on a wide variety of topics, whatever interests you, to help you be the change you want to see in your life and become in the world. And I support all of this intention by creating and curating content that is calibrated as to its higher level of consciousness or has the indicators of higher consciousness. Because in the absence of true power that exists in higher consciousness, you can't really shift or change your life. You got to align with the higher energies of higher consciousness to do that. And I'll put Zang Fu Gong and Qi Gong into context with other kind of somatic movements like, yoga, some yogas, and some alternative somatic movement methodologies. So let's just dive right in. Let's start first with putting Qigong into context. Like, is Qigong really any good for you? Is somatic movement any good for you? I mean, you would think, intuitively, yes, any type of movement, stretching, movement for the body is good for you. So I'm going to go to my favorite website for current consciousness calibrations to see. I know that there's some other calibrations here that are helpful, if I can find them. I'm not seeing it today. Hold on. No, I'm not seeing those. Shoot. Anyway. Well, I am going to share consciousness calibrations of yoga, different types of yoga, and Tai Chi is the closest calibration I could find that's similar to Qigong. So Tai Chi calibrates at 305 on the map of consciousness. And if this is new to you, the map of consciousness is a logarithmic scale of 0 to 1,000. 200 is the level of consciousness that starts to turn into true power. So anything calibrating above 200 has the energy and the power within it to transform you on a wide variety of topics. Anything that calibrates below 200 is negatively oriented, destructive, and ain't going to help you. It's going to make matters worse. So the whole intention of the Mind, Body, Spirit Network is to make sure we steer you in the direction of higher consciousness based on consciousness calibrations, which is really quite pioneering in today's world to come into awareness of the existence of the map. And I am a teacher of the map of consciousness, which you can find on my podcast at Your Weekly Dose of Higher Consciousness, which is on trumpeteroftruthradio.com or trumpeteroftruth.tv.com on the YouTube channel. So if you want to find out more about putting things into context and understanding where true power exists, you can check that out. But today we're just talking about different types of somatic movement. So I thought I had alternative kind of somatic movement stuff that was calibrated, like the Feldenkrais method And there's another one called the Alexander method, I think, or technique, the Alexander technique. I couldn't find them, but I know that they are of higher consciousness and able to help shift you and heal you in significant ways. So Tai Chi, again, calibrates at 305 on the map of consciousness, which is 10 to the 305th power. So you got to understand, these are logarithmic in nature. So the higher you go up the map, the more quantum in nature they become. So I always like to say, do the math. Now, the human body calibrates at 205. So by using just some basic logic and understanding, I would think anything that calibrates at 205 or above is going to enhance the functionality of the body. That's just a general, reasonable thing to consider. So I could find calibrations for different types of yoga. One of them is Hatha yoga, calibrates at 260. Yin yoga calibrates at 355, which is really kind of more somatic, like intentional movement just to stretch out areas of the body. Super yummy. You don't have to hold poses. You hold kind of stretches that are, if you haven't tried yin yoga, give it a whirl. And then Kriya yoga calibrates at 410. So just because something is calibrated at higher levels of consciousness than others doesn't make it better. It just holds within it a different type of energy that's required to do whatever this yoga is doing, at many levels, mind, body, spirit. The yoga is affecting mind, body, spirit. So those are the consciousness calibrations I want to put into context. When you engage in something that's intended to help heal your organs, as an example, that's today's topic, all of these modalities are going to help you. So so a healthy body, or healthy in general, this, I assume it's mind, body, spirit, healthy, balanced human being, calibrates at 360 on the map of consciousness. So that's a pretty high level intention to align with the energies that's going to keep you healthy. And when you consider that 77% of the planet calibrates below 200, it's just good to know that they're not insignificant levels to aspire to. So I want to talk about Daisy Lee's event, which is introducing you to the Qi Gong form of yoga known as Zang Fu Gong. And it apparently relates to, health of the organs, which, is important in the body. So I'm just going to read this free online event that she does is produced by the Shift Network, for whom I am an affiliate partner, which means that if you watch her webinar and then decide to purchase her 7 or 8 week online course, the Mind, Body, Spirit Network will receive a commission for doing this, which is how we support what we do here to help, create and curate content of higher consciousness to help you shift and feel better in life and, build a better life for yourself. So let's talk about her event and read through what the event has to say here. So the rhythms of modern life mean most of us spend a lot of time sitting. Hello. Only rarely putting our bodies in motion, engaging our creative muscles, or caring for our emotional and spiritual well-being. If you're an office worker and you're commuting a lot, I bet you can relate to this. Not a lot of body movement going on. And I've only recently started to do more rigorous body movement to get the heart rate up and sweating again. I could tell you, whoa, it's been a long time coming. My body's like, thank God you got off your butt and started sweating. I've been doing yoga more rigorously now as well. So I'm stretching, I'm developing strength and stretching and cardiovascular. So in any event, so for many of us, life's general stressors are at an all-time high, which can lead to a sense of stagnation, not just within your body, but in your mind too. If you're ready to release pent-up stress and transform it into healing Qi to promote your body's health and well-being, I have a special invitation for you. But before I give you that, offer that invitation, Qi, spelled Qi, is, let me tell you what Qi is. So there are two fundamental concepts in Chinese medicine. The first one is Qi. So I'm reading off a web page. They are unique and fundamental to Chinese medicine, which Chinese medicine calibrates at a high level of consciousness as true and helpful. I don't know what its level is, but I have come across it in the past and understand that it is of higher consciousness. I know acupuncture for sure calibrates at 405 on the map of consciousness, and most acupuncturists practice Chinese medicine as well. So it's just good to know you're not off course to be interested in having acupuncture done on you, for example, or using Chinese herbs and medicinals for kind of an alternative health approach. So Qi is usually translated as vital energy. And then the other concept in Chinese, fundamental to Chinese medicine, is the yin and yang, which is the harmony of all the opposite elements and forces that make up existence. These two concepts form what we might call the roots of Chinese medicine. And I found it super interesting to understand that the yin yang symbol calibrates at 540 on the map of consciousness, which is the level of consciousness of unconditional love and inner joy. It's a huge level of consciousness at 10 to the 540th power. And what the consciousness calibrations is saying here is that seemingly opposite or contrary forces may actually be complementary, interconnected, and interdependent in the natural world, and how they may give rise to each other as they interrelate to one another. That's from Wikipedia, discussing the yin-yang symbol, which is of super high consciousness. Just good to know in our little, this is where I like to, weave in some of this stuff. So you start to put things into context and get where true power exists. What do you want to align with? True power or something that makes you go weak, just as an example. All right. So back to her event. So for thousands of years, practitioners of Zang Fu Gong have reported a variety of noticeable health benefits, including stronger immunity, less downtime during illness, more emotional stability, reaching and maintaining a healthy weight, improved circulation, more energy, greater intuition, and so much more. I mean, this is not really surprising, but when we kind of spell it out, it's like, okay, there's tremendous benefit to engaging in some sort of somatic movement that's intended to keep you healthy on many fronts. So this particular 1-hour special video with Daisy Lee, here's what you're going to experience. First of all, you're going to participate in a guided body scan that Daisy Lee will start with a series of questions to help you tune into your body from head to toe, which is, Yoga Nidra is kind of a similar type of meditation. It's a body scan with different intentions, but if you've experienced Yoga Nidra, which is holy crow, well worth experiencing, it could be a similar type of thing, but Daisy is not going to want to put you to sleep, which you can go to sleep during a Yoga Nidra body scan. In this event, you're also going to let go of pent-up anger that may be building up in your liver with a specific Zang Fu Gong exercise designed to expel stagnant Qi out of your body and restore you to a calm and peaceful state. Now, you got to understand, so many of us don't understand how suppressed and repressed anger is, how harmful it can be to the body. And we learn really good from the beginning that we don't want to express anger because it's looked at as bad behavior. And so we end up suppressing and repressing it. And the vibration of it is in our energy field affecting our liver, which is no good. She's also going to teach you how to release grief and other painful emotions that are connected to your lungs. And so Daisy Lee is going to demonstrate the powerful Zang Fu Gong exercise for this. I didn't know that grief and other painful emotions resided in the lungs, though you could probably, if you've read Louise Hay's You Can Heal Your Life, there's an encyclopedia of symptoms, and likely the lungs will say something about letting go of grief and loss. Could be the vibration of that is what affects the lungs. You're also going to identify the root emotional issues causing blocked energy in your body that can lead to the specific health problems you're facing. You will also zero in on the ways you're experiencing blocked energy as a result of the stressors all around you. And then you're going to receive a calming practice to bring you into vertical alignment, meaning you'll become better connected to your own body and more grounded to the earth as you focus on a star point in the sky. More than anything else, you're going to see how you can take responsibility for your own care and well-being, all with a gentle, effective practice that's easy to incorporate into your daily life. So if you feel like you need this, I would highly recommend signing up for Daisy Lee's course. And I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Daisy Lee here in a minute, because she's pretty world-renowned in what she does and has accomplished quite a bit. So below this video, you can register to watch this free webinar that then will lead into a paid online course if that's of interest to you. But you're going to get a lot of benefit out of just understanding these simple exercises she's going to share with you today. And if you have a tendency towards anger or grief and loss, then for sure to learn these simple exercises is going to help move that stagnant energy out of the lungs, out of the liver, and have a more centered, grounded, and balanced, calm yourself down here. Let go of some of that old stuff. So let's find out more about Daisy Lee, and then I'm going to attempt to share her video. I'm not sure how well it's going to come across in my video, and the sound might be a little ski-wampus, but we'll give it a whirl. If it doesn't sound good, I'm going to cut it right out and you can listen to her video by following the link that we share below, and you can hear it crystal clear. So here's the scoop on Daisy Lee. She's a respected leader in the Qigong world with more than 20 years of teaching experience and is certified as a level 3 advanced Qigong instructor and clinical practitioner by the National Qigong Association of America. She's a past board member of the International Qigong Science Association in Beijing. She lectures and conducts workshops and instructor trainings internationally with a specialty in women's health. Her signature program, Radiant Lotus Qigong, is now taught in 13 countries. Her accompanying DVD series, Beginner Qigong for Women 1 and 2, and Qigong for Women became bestsellers within the first month of their release. She continues to teach worldwide with teacher certifications and workshops throughout North America, Europe, Australia, China, Japan, and Central America. She's a world-traveling, busy lady, and she recently opened her Radiant Lotus Retreat Center in Isabela, Puerto Rico in 2021. So that's it for today's share. I always like to come to you on High Vibe Tribe Radio with High Vibe Tribe opportunities to transform yourself and shift into a better, healthier state of being. So that's our intention here. If you like what's going on, please share this with family and friends, as we're on a mission to raise the level of consciousness of the planet to 250, which is neutral on the map of consciousness, and a huge leap in consciousness for all of us that I cannot do alone. I need you to join us and share it with your family and friend, and your own intention to raise your level of consciousness and be the change you want to see in your own life. Thanks for joining me today. I so appreciate your being here, and we'll see you on another program coming up next week. We're going to share something else. I'll see you then.